So apparently, if you don't have a secret, you cannot be a part of this show, okay? My name is Shana. I'm reviewing The Never Ever Met Season 2, Episode 2. The More the Merrier, aka you never could have been a part of this cast unless you just had a baby, aka she said it's your child and it really messed me up. Okay, that should be the theme song for the show. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. So we pick up where we left off last week with Jared having his own secret he had to confess. He confesses that he had a 6-month-old he's been hiding. So I thought he was going to say he had a wife or something, but of course that's not the case. No, he has a 6-month-old. And it's just, so y'all both some baby making liars. Y'all are perfect for each other then. Like, what's the issue? Y'all fit. But anyway, Charlie has the audacity to be stunned. In 4 years, I mean, I can't say nothing, but I thought I knew him. Girl, be quiet. Like, hush. You hid, not only did you lie about your literal newborn, the baby's 1 month old, but you hid 2 other kids. So it's still not quite the same. Yeah, he's talking about I knew something was going on because he was sneaking around as well. But Charlie, you're the one who just gave birth. Like, you're the one who still needs to pump because you just literally gave birth. Like, girl. And she's like, oh, well, you got a newborn. Well, no, he got a 6-month-old. You have the newborn. But anyway, I digress. So, you know, it's broken homes all about everywhere. Don't nobody plan on being a family with nobody. Jared feels like her having 4 kids is a little bit too much. Like, he was like, okay, now 2, I would have been like, okay, but 4, and I already have 2, it just feels like it's too much. And he's like, I mean, I could try. She's like, that's all I'm asking you to do. Asking somebody to try when you've hid some of your kids for 4 years and you just had a newborn is nasty work. It's wild. Okay, I don't. What are y'all on? Like, anyway, what high school they went to again? Is it the education system? I don't know. Anyway, she wants him to try, and she's saying that she's thinking about the possibility of them living together, building a future. Y'all just bringing everybody around y'all kids, huh? Because don't act like, oh, I don't bring everybody around my kids. Clearly, Charlie gets pregnant by everybody she dates or something like that. So every time you have another child, then your other kids got to meet the new child's father, assuming that they have different fathers. I can't assume, but it's just kind of, it's given that. That's kind of what it's given. Stop bringing people around y'all kids. So anyway, Irvin, he's laying there with Alicia, and he suggests that they, you know, share a bed, like just sleep together, you know, no intimacy or nothing like that, because, you know, she don't like to be touched anyway. I said, yeah, right. They love to say that, and then once you get in the bed, then, you know, it might turn into something else. So she didn't even feel comfortable with y'all dancing. So why would you think she'd feel comfortable sharing a bed? Like, nice try, but no. I wouldn't want to share a bed with him either. They literally just met. And it took a show for them to get there. It's not like y'all been talking online and then he planned something and planned for y'all to meet. Like, it took for us to apply for this show to meet. No, thank you. Side note, them 2 laying on that twin bed like they was in somebody's college dorm was too funny. Like, why y'all treating these adults this way? They in that big old house, and every time I see that family or fiance house, they got people, you know, cluttered, shoulder to shoulder, head to foot in one room. Like, what's going on here? Was there only 2 bedrooms? What's happening? But anyway, so Alicia has an autoimmune disease. This don't got nothing to do with anything. I had just noticed her slippers on the side, and I got the same white fuzzy slippers I got off Amazon. They are so comfortable. But yeah, so her autoimmune disorder will come up again later on. So the next morning, Charlie is telling Jared that she's tired of not being able to talk about her children. She wants to tell the group their little secret. You hid 2 kids from him for 4 years, but now you can't take 2 days of keeping this a secret from people you don't even know? I mean, I guess, girl, okay. Jared wants to keep their newborns between them, but you know, he obliged because she told him to. So there's that. So Taronda, the host, gathers a group. She let them know that the intimacy suite is back. I'm gonna need y'all to get more than one boom boom room. Like, if y'all got all the women sleeping in twin beds in one room, why is there only one boom boom room that they all have to share? Like, no. And then is it mandatory that they wash the sheets after they sleep in there, or how does that work? And there needs to be limits on it, because last season one couple turned it into their room. But I digress. So Toronto was like, and now there's no need for y'all to do it in the showers. I said, oof, child. So the couples also have to take turns cooking for each other. They did that last season, so they ain't nothing new. If y'all hear screaming, child, listen. This is why I'll be trying to do these reviews at night, because you know the children like to be up making noise, and that's why I can't understand how Charlie hid kids for 4 years. I can't wrap my mind around it. Unless they live with grandma or their daddies or something, I just can't see how that works. And even if do they not come on the weekends, or how does that work? But you know, that's neither here nor there. So Tarana instructs them to put on swimsuits because they're going to prepare for their first activity. So the group has an intimacy exercise with a coach named Joy. They're doing body painting and exercising the art of consent. Okay. So they got to ask permission before they start painting in certain spaces and places. So the person who's acting as the canvas has to be blindfolded. And Brandon said he enjoyed being submissive to Kiki. The way he said it, every time he talked, it give like some like kind of fetish, freaky stuff. Like, what are you into? What you into? I guess we'll find out. I don't want to be a part of it or nothing. I'm just curious. Okay. So Alexis is putting her hands on Chris' manhood without asking for his consent. And he does not like that at all because he don't like her. And, you know, he feels like she likes to be in control. And then there's already the age difference as well. So he feels like, you know, she's trying to treat him like he's a small child, like he's a little boy. And he don't like that. But in all seriousness, if it was the other way around, it would be a problem. If a man was touching a woman inappropriately and she was like, I didn't give you consent, they would be kicked off the show. So it shouldn't be treated any differently, vice versa. She was wrong for putting her hands on him without asking for consent, especially when it's very evident. He's very loud and clear that he doesn't like it. Girl, Alexis, you seem thirsty. Okay, I don't like this thirsty cougar, like this thirsty cougar-esque he got going. Read the room. He don't like it, and he don't really like you like that. Like, and he not going to when you keep doing stuff like this. So we see the paintings thus far. Sorry, y'all. I'm not even gonna explain them unless you're new. If you're new here, you know it's allergy season. I was getting my nails done the other day, and the guy was on my pedicure because I was sniffling. He was like, "Are you okay?" Like, I'm not crying. It's the pollen. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I might just need to make a little sign or something, just so I ain't gotta explain myself no more. But anyway. So I like Jay and Cinco's the best thus far because I just feel like it's the most meaningful. Like, they actually put stuff in there to show, you know, that they do communicate and, you know, that they're actually trying to build something. And then they've only been talking online for 5 months, so it's not like some crazy long amount of time. Like it's just the right amount of time where this could actually turn into something. Alexis was marking her territory. Charlie, you know, she was putting her hands all over his front and back and her name all over him. And it was just a mess. Charlie shared that she has Jared's name tatted on her. Tat, 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 tat it up. Girl, you tattooed that man's name on you who you never met? Help me to understand. Cause 1 + 1 ain't like, what's going on here? You never met this person. You never seen this person in person a day in your life, and you went to the tattoo shop. I need to see the proof. I need to see the tattoo. Because she said it, but I ain't see it nowhere. Where's the tattoo? Because I just can't believe that she actually went and did this, but then you had the nerve to be having babies with somebody else. Girl, no. So that's why she wrote her name in paint all over him. Then you got his name tattooed on you, and he didn't do the same. Child, please, no, ma'am. Everybody knows that is like a bad omen. Like, you don't tattoo somebody's name on you unless you want to end the relationship fast, almost as fast as you'll end the relationship having somebody's baby. Okay, but I did do it when I was married. I was very young though, and we were young and silly. But me and my ex-husband got each other's names tattooed. Like, I didn't just go get it alone. And I made sure to get it covered. Anywho, so, and then you couldn't even tell him about your kids, but you got his name tattooed. Or anyway, so the couples swap, and Alicia says she feels uncomfortable with Irvin touching her back. I get it. I got back rolls too, so it's like a this child. It's like a little insecurity. I get it. And that's okay to be like, leave my back rolls alone. Like, her body's still tea. It's just that she complained about everything. Like, she's just starting to like be nitpicky. Like, it's starting to be a little naggy. But I mean, let's keep going. Once again, I like Jay and Cinco's paintings because it's giving sentimental. Cinco had paintings that represented Jay's son, which was, more thoughtful and seemed a little bit more authentic. So Chris put a square stop sign on Alexa's back. He's so bothered that she touched his junk. He don't even know that a stop sign is like a rectangle. He put in a square or triangle. He don't know what it looked like. He don't even care. He just said, stop. You got the point. Okay? And big red letters. So, that's self-explanatory. We know why he put that. Jared put zebra stripes up and down Charlie's leg because she's biracial. And he called her his black queen. Over the years, I've had to take my like Dr. Umar way of thinking off when it comes to this, because Black people love to like put blackness on somebody. Like, they like to just put, you're like we still stick to the one drop rule in 2025. Somebody's great grandmother could be Black, and y'all will say that person is Black. Like, you would be so far removed, even though a lot of us have other ethnicities and nationalities and everything else intertwined in us. Okay, I have a great grandfather who was Irish. Hint the MCD. But I don't go around saying, I'm a biracial woman. No, we don't know if it's her mama, her daddy. We don't know how she's biracial. I'm just saying, because then sometimes the biracial people don't be wanting to claim blackness. And y'all be forcing it on them. And they be like, nah, I want to identify with my white side. And y'all won't let them be. Like, no. Or they like to be Black when it's convenient to be Black. Because we so accepting, we just take on everybody. Like, listen. To call her his black queen, like, no, she's your biracial baddie. I think that's more fitting. But he said that's his black queen. I just thought we had a token clear person on the show. I didn't know. My bad, Charlie. But anyway, so Irvin was about to tell Alicia's business. Well, we don't actually know what he was about to say. Like, he was about to say something, and she was like, don't do it. And it sounded like he was maybe about to mention, like, she's a strong woman because of the autoimmune disorder, but we don't know because she cut him off. And then the coach was like, well, see, she didn't give you consent. He's like, I know, like, so, which made me think, like, maybe he wasn't about to say anything about it. We don't know. Let's let him talk. But I'm glad when she did stop him, he could pick up on clues, and he didn't go there. So Ty and Britt are cooking, and they're making black and salmon for everybody. It is so hard for me not to say salmon. Like, I used to... Don't be jumping on me. Like, I used to say the L, like, hard, like salmon. Like, I gotta, like, force myself not to say it. But it should be. Like, it should be there. But anyway, Alicia, she requests that they have a separate pan of vegetables. So she was like, they didn't have vegan butter. And they was like, no. Mind you, they'd already been cooking for a minute. So they, like, about done at this point. And she was like, well, can you have a separate pan of vegetables with just light oil? Because, too much butter gives me a lot of mucus. And we know mucus is really, thanks to, Dr. Sabi, mucus is a lot of the cause for like inflammatory and diseases and like really literally anything that messes with your body. I got to start cutting out dairy and stuff myself. But she hasn't told the group about her health concerns. And I do think had she told them, then, maybe they would have received it, or especially Ty would have received it differently, because he felt like he was in the kitchen. He was proud of what he was cooking. He like, look, and you're cooking for like, I don't know, 8 people or something. That's a lot of people to cook for. And here you come with your request. Like, I got special, needs and stuff. You should have been said that before we got started. Okay. Wait a minute. But I don't think because if they would have known, maybe they would have reacted differently. I don't think she has to tell them like, hey, I have a reason why or whatever. I just think it was how she delivered it. Like her tone was off. Like she was kind of demanding, like, oh, well, just make a separate pan for me with just oil. And it was like, okay. Ty was like, no, he shut it down. Like, okay, no, we already started seasoning stuff. Like when it's your turn to cook, then you can cook how you want to. But in the meantime, we're cooking how we want to. At this point, girl, just because she was like, I can make my own food. I don't got to eat this. Maybe that's what you got to do. Just to make sure that you err on the side of caution. Because you know that everybody has to cook for everyone or kind of put the request in. I think had she just said it differently, it would have been a little more received. Because Brittany was the one who was cooking the vegetables anyway. So I feel like, because she was like, okay, I'll do a separate pan. But Ty was like, we ain't doing all that. We're not doing no special requests. You're going to get what you get. See, sound like somebody old school mama. Okay, you hear me? But, yeah, it just was all because he got his voice elevated, her voice elevated, and, he didn't sound so nice at the end, and it was just a lot. In his confessional, he like, she not my woman, like, I don't got to appease her. And while I get that, I don't like when, like, men are kind of just rude, like, oh, well, you're sweet to me, but you're like rude to other people. Like, I don't like that. Like, I want you to be, not be rude in general. But her tone was also off as well. So, I could see both sides. Now, Alicia walks off. Brittany tells Ty to kind of be mindful of his tone. Because she was like, that's another man's woman. That's besides the point. Be mindful of your tone, just, because that's another person. And that's all it really needs to be. Like, you don't want nobody talking to you like that. Kind of be mindful of how you're talking to people. Treat people how you want to be treated, type of thing. Now, Alicia tells Irvin because Ty did raise his voice, she had a problem with it. But Irvin did not defend her. He was like, oh, well, in his confessional, he was like, she sounded like she was the problem, basically. And he was like, just don't pay no mind. I think he's just kind of getting tired of her, like, complaining. So it's like now, no matter what it is, it's like the boy who cried wolf. Like, okay, well, now it don't matter what you're talking about. Like, I don't want to hear it because you just keep, like, nagging, pretty much. And I don't like to say it like that, but because I feel like I see where she's coming from with some of her complaints, for lack of better terms. I just think it's the way she delivers them. Like, her tone is like, no nonsense. So Alexis is telling Jared and Charlie that she's concerned that she and Chris aren't connecting. And, Chris comes in, and Alexis told Chris that he was like rubbing her too rough, like he was rubbing her thigh a little too rough. And Chris stated that she didn't ask for consent to touch his privates. Again, like, he is not letting this go. He does not like it. There's just so much tension between these two. He just walked off. So, and if we're supposed to believe that these two actually been talking, please. So, Irvin catches Alicia doing yoga with Brandon. And he's offended because he had asked her the day before. He said he wanted to do it with her, and she shut him down. So not only is she doing it without him, but she's doing it with another man. And he feel away. He expressed that he feels disrespected. And rightfully so. I think that's a valid concern because, again, if it was the other way around, she would feel disrespected as well. I would. I wouldn't like it either. So she apologized. When she's like, I'm sorry if you feel that way, or, I'm sorry for, like, disrespecting you or whatever. But she also mentioned that he seems to have an insecurity, and that's where she messed up. Like, girl, just apologize and just leave it. Don't be like, oh, but that's an insecurity you have within yourself. Like, cut it. Just apologize and let it be. So it's dinner time, and the food looked good. So Charlie gave Jared that look like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to have that discussion. So he takes the lead and he shares with the group that they both have newborns, even though they've been dating for 4 years. Charlie mentioned that she also has additional children that she had. Jared said he loves her. Man, love like this never find me. Lord knows, please. I don't want to love like this. Keep it away from me and my homegirls. So everyone said congrats because, like, what else are they supposed to say? Like, congratulations on the new babies that y'all have not together. Like, congrats on the new babies that y'all have with other people, even though y'all been dating for 4 years. That's why they need to stop saying dating. Like, they should just say communicating, because y'all haven't been dating. Dating requires dates. Like, to me, ain't no talking online mean we dating. Dating requires dating. Like, we need to be going out on dates and spending time together. Anyway, afterwards, everybody talking about what they just heard. Because, of course, in front of them, they're going to be like, oh, congrats. But as soon as they was like, oh, that went well. And they was breathing a sigh of relief. They was like, they pillow talking. They talking in groups. Did y'all hear that? What? Can you believe what y'all just heard? But half of the people like, shoot, I got a secret too. Like, I got a secret as well. And I'm like, everybody on the show got a secret. Goodness. This is the most baby making. I thought last season was like, this season is woo. So Kiki said in her confessional that she too has secrets. I don't think her secrets is as bad as this, but it's all about perception. So Tatiana and Pastor Cavassier or Clavassier, they go to the boom boom room. And she asks him if a situation similar to Charlie and Jared's happened between them, like a newborn from somebody that you shouldn't be talking to, arise, would he tell her? And he was like, he had a guilty look all over his face. I'm like, I think I would when the time is right. Child, red flag on the play, okay? But she didn't even catch on. She just oblivious and aloof. So in his confessional, Clay says that he too has a newborn. Child. Who doesn't have a secret love child at this point? Like, who doesn't? Okay? So Chris vents to Jared about Alexis being controlling, and he said he had 9 step-parents in total and has childhood trauma. I bet. Your mama need a little talking to. Like, I understand wanting a man, but like, why you keep having so many men in your again? And they used to be like, oh, couples don't stay together like mama and them and grandmama and them. Listen, even back in the day, grandmas was getting remarried multiple times. I mean, I know personally. So it's like, they're going to find, what Monique say, if that ninja don't work, get you another one, okay? But not too many, not when you start having children. Now you got them all up in the house, and then they come in here trying to run stuff, and it's, oh, not again. Mama got a new man. You really, putting yourself and your children at risk. I just couldn't do it. I know it's a new day, and we, a little more aware of our safety and stuff, but it just, because clearly it's like, it did something to him. He like, you're not about to control me, and not after what I've been through. And then she up there, it's already like, a house seller got her groove back type situation. So the age gap, and then you're trying to be controlling, and he's already has issues with that, and then it's just not a good look. But she been saying how she was from jump, so I don't know why they continued on with this. Now, Chris is frustrated because she knows his background. So he's like, he feels like she should know better because he told her this. But Jared suggests that he give her a chance, like it's still fresh, like y'all still getting to know each other, and she Jamaican, so there's that. I mean, but no, like she should respect his boundaries. Like, no, he ain't giving her no pass, so she's Jamaican. So Irvin tells Alicia he isn't feeling her right now. Like he straight was like, I ain't feeling you right now. Like, I am not feeling you. And then he tells her why. He said he's assaulted by her insecurity comment. She tells him she feels unsafe with his demeanor. And then he's like, oh, you feel unsafe. Goodbye. I ain't staying around here at all. You not about to tell me as a man, you're a woman, that you feel unsafe and think I'm about to sit here and keep talking to you. She's like, maybe when you calm down, we can have the conversation. And he like, hell no. We ain't got to talk about nothing ever again. Okay. I don't know if unsafe was like the best choice of words. Maybe if she really did feel unsafe, like he was doing something, he came in there, he was direct and he was firm. He was firm. And everybody don't, like that kind of talking to, okay? I am not Angela Oakley, and you are not Charles Oakley over there in Real Housewives of Atlanta. But it's shout out to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Listen, yeah, I like to be talked to nicely as well. Like talk to me nice. Don't be talking to me, like that. Unless it calls for it. But unsafe is going to change the trajectory of things, because now he doesn't feel like he can come and vent to you when there's a problem or he has an issue, because you're going to respond that way. So she's like, I felt the heat coming off of him and all that. It kind of felt like she was projecting a little bit, like she had gone through maybe something before in her past. And then it's like, oh, well, I had that feeling again, so I feel unsafe. I think that maybe she or they have some like healing they need to do alone, like by themselves, before they should start trying to date other people. She's saying she wants to date intentionally to be a wife, but it's like when conflict arises, even though it's happening very early on, the conversations are just not, the communication just ain't where it needs to be. Like they need a third party. So, but again, was he firm? Yes, but unsafe? I don't know. Can't speak for her. It didn't seem like he was coming off that way. I just don't see how they would be able to go forward like this, especially with long distance, because when you are long distance, the majority of your relationship relies on communication. When you're with somebody, you can kind of rely on intimacy, and people just let them doing a grown up and the sexuals kind of keep their relationship. You don't have that when you're long distance. You have to communicate and talk all the time to keep things going, to make up for not being around each other. So if they're struggling in that area, I don't see this working. I really don't know if I see any of the couples working. Last week on the panel, EJ was saying she sees Jay and Cinco. I'm going to get Jay and Cinco. That might be our couple as of right now. Everybody else, I don't think so. But we're going to find out as this goes on. Let me know how y'all are liking the season thus far down in the comments. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.